Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Hot Mic with Lady She podcast. I'm your host, Lady She. Happy Thursday. What's today? Today's Thursday. Happy Thursday, everybody. We are almost to the finish mark of Friday.
No, today's Wednesday.
Today's Wednesday?
Yes.
We are not. It is Hump Day. Okay. Happy Hump Day, everybody. Today is actually Wednesday, but we're just grateful that we are here. Tonight is special. I am very excited. Every night is special. How about we do that? Every night is special. But I've known this, we've known each other for a long time, Yana.
Yes.
I remember working in the hospital, everything with you.
Yes.
I don't want to think about that time. I was a mess. I don't want to bring that up, okay? But yeah, we've known each other a very long time. I also went to school with her sister. Shout out to Nadra. But I'm excited about this one because, like I said, God gave me the vision that this platform is to encourage, to empower, and to educate. So she has some things that I want to learn about, that I want to understand. So I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited. Make sure you share this. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, How Mike with Lady She Podcast. Share it with somebody. Tag somebody. Hit somebody up. Hempstead, we in the building. I need to see all of y'all in the comments talking junk so we can respond to whatever you got to say. So without any further ado, presenting to some and introducing to others, Miss Ayanna Deans.
Yes.
Hi.
Hey.
Love the glasses too.
Thank you.
She always been fly. She always been fly. But thank you so much for coming on.
I appreciate this. I really do.
I'm glad.
Even though I'm a little shy, but
It's
I gotta
God's
get
timing.
past that.
It's God's timing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, let me say this. I love that she said that she's a little shy because, and this is, I'm trying to help somebody real quick.
Mm-hmm.
And this year 2022, if you haven't noticed, God is stretching you.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
God is literally stretching all of us in some way, shape, or form, whether it's He's making you uncomfortable to connect with family that you haven't talked to in a long time, whether it's the job and you've been asking God for certain things and you've been the one not doing what you're supposed to do. So He's making you really uncomfortable.
Yes.
Or if it's in a relationship setting, with your spouse or with your significant other, where you've been asking God for certain things and He's kind of like, okay, I'm trying to do it. And you like, wait, time out, not yet.
Mm-hmm.
He nudging on you. This is your season to be stretched so He can bless you. So I am happy that it is me that you said yes to, because she could have like, I'm shy, I don't do that, boo. But I don't take it lightly that you said yes to me. So thank you so much.
No problem.
So we in it down, child.
Yes. Yeah.
So what comes to mind, if I ask you who is I'm sorry, put these headsets on. I'm so sorry you got to put this one on. I knew I felt something. 2 seconds, people. All right.
Earring glow.
Oh, I'm sorry.
They're a little bulky.
Okay. Oh, huge shout out to Chase Money the brand. Please visit their website, chasemoneythebrand.com. Support Black-owned businesses. Huge thank you to Chase Money the brand for my shirt. This is my mom who passed away, who's looking over me, and thank you, fellas, for the t-shirt and for all the merch I have. Hello. So shout out to Chase Money the brand. Okay, so what would you say if I said, who is Ayanna Deans?
Ayanna Deans is a mother to adult children. I'm a grandmother. I'm a loving person. I'm a uplifter. I love my family. I love everybody.
Yeah.
I'm just a genuine person. Everybody say they love me.
Yeah.
So I guess that speaks for itself.
Right. Love that.
And that's basically it.
That's basically what you can think of right now.
Yeah.
Okay, I love it. We love to see it. We love to hear it. Absolutely. Yeah. Listen, when people can say, I love Yana, I love such and such, that does say a lot. That absolutely speaks volumes. I remember someone saying, if everybody liked them, that means something's wrong. I was like, why? Who made that up?
Right.
That doesn't make any sense to me. Like, we gotta stop flipping good stuff and making it bad.
Right.
That is the most bizarre comment I've ever heard in my life. And people say it all the time. Like, oh, if everybody like something wrong, trust me. I'm like, what?
Right.
Why can't I just be genuinely a nice person who always treats people how they want to be treated? Anyway, okay, so good. Now, so you're from Hempstead.
Yep, I'm from Hempstead.
Well,
I was born in California.
okay, so let's do that. Let's tap into
I was
home.
born in Berkeley, California.
Okay.
We stayed there when I was a young child, and then we came back. Well, my mom and dad came back to New York with us.
So your mom and dad are from New York?
Yes.
Okay.
So basically, I was raised here all my life, and I raised my children in Hempstead. I lived in Freeport. I lived in a few places, but Hempstead is my hometown, and my family, all my family basically is from Hempstead.
Yeah, shout out to the family. She ain't lying. It is nice about me. Now think about it. That's so dope. That's so dope. So, what was it like? You can share with them how many siblings you have. And, what was it like?
I have 2 siblings. I have an older sister, Gia, and my younger sister, Naja. We lost our parents at a young age, and I was a teenage mother after my mom passed away and everything. So life was kind of rough. Life was rough.
With the mom passed, do you want to share that? How did your mom pass?
My mom passed. She died of AIDS. My dad was a IV drug user, and we didn't know that for a long time until she got sick and everything, and it was hard. It was really hard. Like when you young in your teenage life and you don't have no mom nor no dad, it's like the world is like crashing down on you.
And probably like, so big.
Yes. So it was like she was the mother hen. She took care of us. My aunt came in, which was my mom's younger sister. She came in and helped us out and everything. So it was rough.
Yeah.
It was rough. Because it's nothing like your mom.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's nothing like your mom.
I do know what you're saying.
Like, especially like when you going through something and you can't look to your left, you can't look to your right, you can't look in front of you or back of you, and your mother is not there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You got to adjust.
So it was really hard. It was really hard. Like, I mean, like when people saw us, it seemed like we were so happy. We was happy, but without your mother, it's like your heart is broken. It's just broken, and it took me a long time to get over that. And I always tell people, when you still have your mother, no matter what, no matter what y'all go through, it can be fixed. Yeah. It's fixable, because once your mother or your father is gone, you can't tell them you love them. You can't tell them if they hurt you. You can't tell them nothing.
That's it. That's the end. That is it.
Nothing. So we just went through life like the best we could.
Yeah, because you had each other.
Yes.
So now, how old was Naja?
Naja was 7.
So does she remember a lot? Did she remember a lot?
I think she remembers, like, because my dad used to take her to school, get her on the bus. I think she remembers stuff like that and like that. But it's like when you're a 7-year-old and you don't have your mom or your dad, that's like, what can you do?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You try to do the best you can, love on them and everything like that, but you don't know they feelings until they express it.
So let me ask you this, and then we can move on. When it came to your older sister having to step into that position, do you remember seeing her understand, like, my sister's really going through something, but she's still got to do for us? What was that like watching her? Because sometimes we kind of forget, because we're like, okay, well, we do have someone, so they must be okay, even though I'm not. And I realized they're heartbroken too.
Right. And that's a good question, because I never ever like even asked her, was she okay? Because I didn't know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because we was all broken. But I know my sister took care of us.
Yeah.
She took care of us. She was like the mother, you know what I'm saying, when I got pregnant. Like it was like, don't worry, we'll get through this and everything. She told me to go to school, go away to school, like, but I wouldn't go because I felt like, I'm leaving my child. But then she met this wonderful man that she's still married to over 20-something years, and it's just awesome, you know what I'm saying? So, when she moved to Florida, she didn't want to leave us. But I'm like,
you gotta start your
life. Right. Like, we'll be okay.
Yeah.
We'll be okay. And then, it was rough. It was rough. But we always kept in touch, and we go see her and everything. But it's nothing like a mother being around. So I'm telling you guys.
Right.
Please.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, please. You still have your mother. Whatever happened in your childhood, y'all can fix it.
Restore.
You can fix it. There's nothing that can be fixed.
Yeah. Thank you for saying that. Thank you for sharing that. There's strength in being able to share your story.
Yes.
And I just want to tell you that. So I admire you.
Thank you.
For going into that. And I love that you said, I didn't think, to ask. In life, sometimes life is just happening. And we don't always pay attention to the details of that. So, huge shout out to your sister, for being able to get you guys to where you needed to be, and for her to go on and do what she needs to do for herself. Because that's hard.
Yes.
That's hard. There's a lot of people who will end up missing out on love because they're like, okay, well, I gotta do this.
Right.
And life is hard. Life can be very, very hard. So,
it is.
Thank you so much for sharing that.
No
so now, okay, you said you were a teenage mom, and so now you're trying to figure out how to be a mother, and dealing with also realizing that you no longer have your mom to ask questions to. So what was that like?
It was really good because I had all my sisters, my cousins, my friends and stuff like that helped me out and everything. Especially my older sister, like. With both of my kids, it was like they were her kids, but it was like, I know if my mom was here, I probably wouldn't have had him.
Gotcha.
But
why do you say that?
Because my mom was the type of person that she wanted you to go to school, to, and to have a child. I would have been scared to tell her, like, Mom, I'm having a baby.
Did you guys talk about, activities, sex and stuff like that at that age? Okay.
My mom used to say, stay away from the boys. Right, I'm like, why? She said, because I said so.
That is the conversation.
Yes.
So you did have a choice. It wasn't what you wanted.
Right. She was like, because I said so. And I'm like, why? So me being the little busy bee going out there to see why she said
no. Right.
So I had my son, because you know why I had my son? Because I was looking for somebody to love me.
That was a real answer.
I was looking for somebody to love me because I had no mother, no father. And I had my sisters, but
it's different.
It's nothing when a child grasps your heart. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I made a lot of mistakes with him. You know what I'm saying? But he's 32 now.
He better not be nobody's 32, Yana, because that was my little baby in the Salvation Army camp. I took out pictures of him.
Yeah.
He is not 32.
Yes.
He is 32?
Yes, he's 32. We had a conversation.
Listen, Yana chose violence. She put my age out there. Oh my gosh.
We had a conversation, and I really had to apologize to both of my children because I didn't know how to be a mother. You know,
that's a real answer.
I didn't know how to be a mother.
Right.
I just did what I thought was best.
You did what you used the tools you had.
Yes.
You did what you thought was best.
Yes.
That's a real answer because there's so many people who will not admit that.
Yes.
So and that is awesome.
Yes.
That is awesome.
And it's like a lot of people. My son, he been in and out of jail. He's locked up now. But sometimes I thank God that he's there.
Come on, Ayanna.
Because the streets is crazy out here. And I just told him, like, I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago, I said, I don't want you there, but I'm glad you're there because you either will be locked up for your entire life or you'll be dead.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I told him, you can't come back to Hempstead. You can't come back to
help
Hempstead.
somebody, Ayanna.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have to change your life because now it's time because you have 2 sons.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I hope that he gets it. And we talk, and even like what my daughter, she's 25, and I thank God for her because she's not a street girl. You know, she's not a follower. She don't go with the trend of the fashion. She do her. You know what I'm saying? But she's a good girl, and I had to apologize to her because I moved around a lot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I let life get to me.
It happens.
I let life get to me, and I didn't know how to handle it. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, as long as she has a roof over her head, she has clothes and she has food, and nobody's abusing her.
Yeah. I
said, I just had to apologize because I'm like, I got to get my together.
Yeah. Come
on,
Ayanna.
I said I have to get it together, and I turned 50 years old.
All right, 50 where people?
I said it's time. It's time. I said it ain't no being ashamed of nothing.
Yeah.
I ain't ashamed that my parents died of AIDS. I ain't ashamed that I had vitiligo. I ain't ashamed that I had bariatric surgery.
Come on.
I'm not ashamed of none of that.
Let's go, Ayanna.
But before, I would be hiding. But I'm not hiding no more. I'm not hiding.
Y'all hear that? Come on, somebody.
I'm not hiding.
We're going to be free tonight, okay? That's all I'm saying. We're going to be free tonight. Thank you so much for being transparent because I got chills, you know, when you said what you just said. It takes real strength to say, I didn't know everything as a mom. And I'm seeing it in my children. And it hurts me. But we're going to get this thing together. So I applaud you for saying that. One of the things I realized you did not mention is a man. You said I have my sisters, my cousin. You were talking about women. So what has that been, losing your dad at the age you lost him? Do you think not having your dad and not having parents is what made you migrate to certain types of men?
Yes. Because my father was a thug. And that's all I gravitated to was thugs. I didn't like the nice guys. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? As I got older, you know, nice guys they are good people, but when you're younger, you think about thugging and all of that. You don't be thinking about, oh, he's a nice guy. Let me go to him. You know what I'm saying? I wanted a street guy.
Right.
So, but that's how my father was. My father was a thug. Like, he used to tell us, if we had a fight, we come home crying, you better take your butt back out there, or I'm going to whoop you.
Yeah. Oh, boy, y'all, that's real. That's real.
Yeah. And I say, to say this, if my dad was here, my son wouldn't be
right
in the space he's in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I reached out to, males. Like some males would say to me, "Oh, your son bad. I seen him doing it." I said, "Well, did you snap him up?
Yeah.
Did you do something?
Come on in here.
Like,
Yeah.
if you didn't do nothing to
Don't
help
tell
me
me.
out, then
Yeah.
don't come tell
Right.
me about nothing
Right.
about what my son was
Come on,
doing in the
Ayanna.
street." Because
It takes a village.
it does.
Yeah.
And I'm not that type of mother that be like, "Oh, you put your hands on my son. If you seen him doing something, snatch his butt up."
Right.
You should have snatched him up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But that's how we grew up.
Yeah.
You know what
Absolutely.
I'm saying?
No, that's a fact. We had, and I thank you for saying that, because I'm constantly, every time I have somebody come on, I'm asking questions about the difference, in the generation and when we grew up and now, and it is totally different. Like you would your mother's friend or whoever would see you doing the wrong thing, and they like, "Excuse me," and you like, "Oh snap, okay, sorry, Miss Linda, okay," and they're like, "Yeah, go where you belong."
Yes.
Before I'll be at your mother's house in a few. So I'm telling you, you know what I'm saying? You know what time it was. It's just different now.
Yes.
Like the parents is ready to just believe that you did something to their child. And how dare you, when we're supposed to be helping each other.
Yes.
I think that's why we're losing.
Yes.
Because we lost that.
Yes.
Woo.
Yes.
Come on. Wow.
Yes. Even like I used to battle with his grandmother, his dad mother, because it was like, I'm trying to, like, if he did something wrong in school, I took his TV. I took this away from him. "Oh, you can't do that. You don't take stuff like that." So he knew how to manipulate between the two of us.
Oh yeah.
And then when he got older, he got it. Like, I knew what I was doing. Like at the time, I knew if I go to grandma, that was it. But now all these children is dying in the streets, and there's nothing in these streets. Nothing. Because these kids don't have nowhere to go. Right. Nothing to do. And I'm tired of the variety of the heights, hills, terrace, midway, this and that. It's time to just let it go. Yeah. Because we need our youth.
People. Yeah.
And innocent people are dying from it.
Absolutely.
Like, even like when my daughter was going to Hempstead High School, a lot of girls wanted to jump her. And I'm like, and I had to tell the principal, bring the parents in, because 9 times out of 10, I know the parents. So we can solve this. No, because the parents fight. And I said, well, you know what? If something happened to my daughter, I'll fight the kids.
I know that's a fact.
I'll fight the kids because you don't want to solve this. So I had to take her out.
Wow.
I had to take her out.
No good.
No.
So when you have a parent who actually cares enough to see and get to the bottom of things and do it the right way, because that's the right way. How about that? That's the actual right way, and then the school tells you no, because we don't want this to happen. You don't even know that's going to happen.
Right.
That parent may want to actually speak to you as well, or they may not know what their child is doing.
Right.
So that's not how that goes. That's not how that goes.
Yeah.
And the sad part is, a lot of times, you'll be doing the best you can for your child, because who asked to be going through that? Nobody's going to be going to school and got to walk on eggshells, not sure what's going to happen to them. So now you got to take them out of the school, and now it's a new environment. Now they feel some type of way. They're a new person in that school. They're not from there. Parenthood is hard.
Yeah, it is.
Parenthood is no joke.
And if they say it's not, then
it's the toughest hood. For real. It really is.
And one thing I want to say, I know a lot of people, I'm going to get things.
Backlash
about this. You have to be your children's friend. Because if you don't, then you're not going to know nothing, what's going on in their lives. They're going to know that you mom first.
Right.
But for them to trust you, they have to trust you to tell you, well, this is what's going on.
Right.
This is that going on. Because if you don't, then
you're going to be in shock when things hit your door.
Right.
So I think when you say I'm going to get backlash, I think when you say that, meaning like, I think it's the wording. When people hear friend, they feel like, you hanging out with your daughter, going for
No,
club.
not like
That's
that.
that's what they get.
Yeah,
That's why
that's-
you're saying backlash.
Yeah, that's
What you were saying is basically you better have a relationship.
Yes.
And this is my phrase. I'm like, I'm in my kids' business. I say that flat out. I'm in their business. I'm reading body language when they hit the door.
Yes.
I'm looking at face expressions because that, first of all, you're not gonna know everything because your parents don't know everything about you.
Right.
So you gotta keep that in mind. But you need to be asking questions, having conversations, asking how was your day. Listen, I get you. Y'all want to get to y'all bag. That's cool. But you don't want to get those phone calls.
Yes.
So you better be in your kids' business.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You better be in your kids' business. So thank you for saying that. I think it's the wording that people like.
The
You're not supposed to be your child.
Not
So
hanging out with them.
I got you.
Doing, but because I notice, like, when something is going on with my daughter, I be like, "What's wrong?" Nothing.
But
I know your body language, so I
you
know something going on.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it. That's fine. At least I know you don't want to talk about it right now, but I know something's going on.
Right. We're going to get to it.
Yeah.
Not right this moment because it might be fresh.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay? I got you, sis. I'm giving you a space.
Uh-huh.
Give me a space in a moment. But later on, what's up? What we doing? Okay? What's going on?
Yeah.
So, one of the things that stuck out that you said also was, with I can't believe 32 chat. I'm so stuck on it. I can't take it. You said the grandmother. One of the things, I actually shared this last night, in an interview, sharing how, I was 23 when I had my son. I was already doing my thing on my own, college, all that stuff, but I was still technically a kid. We think is once we hit the 20 mark, we're grown. And I'm gonna tell you, you're not. You're not. You're still learning.
Right.
So with that, I was still learning. But one of the things I stood firm with was making sure those around me respected me and the decision that I made with my son. And when you mentioned the grandmother, telling him yes, all the different things. I just want to say this: when it comes to family, when you're the parent, you have the right to set boundaries when it comes to your children. And grandmothers, aunties, whoever, even though you are there to assist, that's what you're there to do, assist me while I'm raising my child. But don't hurt us by saying yes when it's actually no, because you do teach them manipulation. And a lot of times what happens is when they learn to manipulate, they're going to do that everywhere. It causes problems. So if you actually converse with the parent to see where they are and why they're doing what they're doing, maybe you'll have understanding. Or maybe you won't look at them and say, they don't know what they're talking about. I don't raise 10 kids.
Right.
That don't make you right, beloved.
Yeah. And that's
a different day and age. It don't make you right.
Yes, that's what the older people.
Yeah.
That's what they
That's
say.
How they feel a lot of times.
And I'm like, wait a minute. But if I knew what I know now, I would have set boundaries.
Right. Come on, y'all.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I didn't know.
Right.
I thought I was doing the best that I knew how.
Well, you were.
For him. Because his grandma, she's the only grandmother he had.
Right.
And I thought I was doing the best for him.
Right.
But it was a lot of friction with that.
Yes.
She passed on, God bless her soul. But it just, I think if my parents was here, everything would have been different. Things would have been.
So I'm gonna say this to you because you keep saying, I did. You did what you want to do. So give yourself grace in that. You should be able to sit in that.
And I forgave myself.
Yeah. Okay.
I forgave myself.
Okay.
I forgave myself. I used to cry. I'm still cry baby, but I don't cry as much. Since I've been in therapy for a year.
Love that.
So I don't cry as much because
you're growing.
I had to forgive myself because I can't change the past.
Right.
I can't change the past.
Absolutely.
So now I just think about things and let it float away.
Right. Hey, come on in here. Let it flow. Let it flow away, chat. Yeah. Love that. No, because that's real. Because you got to understand something. And not talking about Mr. Toodle. I'm just using grandmother, just because.
Mhm.
A lot of times where you are right now at 50, understanding I wasn't perfect. A lot of things I did not know. I had to deal with consequences of the decisions that I made when it came to myself and my children. But I'm in a place where I desire to grow. I desire to be better. So I'm getting therapy. I'm seeking God. I'm doing these things for all of us.
Mhm.
There's a lot of them that did not do that. So that's why they can just say like, well, I raised all my kids and I know better, instead of learning.
Mhm.
Because she probably could have learned from you what you were doing with your son at that time. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So you're in an amazing place, to be aware and understand, like, you know what, my life is not over.
Mhm.
I'm gonna make better decisions for myself, my children, and those around me.
Yes.
I'm gonna command my peace. I'm gonna command, that I restore,
Mhm.
and that I heal. Girl, you bad. What? Stop playing out here. Y'all better get that Ayanna spirit, okay? Not Ayanna, Ayanna spirit, okay? Let's go. All right, so now, girl, you said you 50. What are you 50, child? Wait, nobody's 50. I love us. We don't age, honey. We don't age. Let's go. We don't age. So now, you have your 2 children. What do you, no, we won't get to that later on. Okay. You have your children. Now you're at 50. Where did this come from? What gave you the unction to say, I can write a book?
Well, my friend Yolanda came to me and a couple of other girls and asked us did we want to do an anthology to uplift women, young ladies, and everything. And it's a book with quotes in it, and it's just uplifting. It was a great experience.
Yeah.
And I love, no matter what I go through, I love to see people happy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's nothing like to see somebody smile and it's a genuine smile.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to uplift these young ladies also, because sometimes they don't know where to turn, they don't know where to go, because maybe their mom is working, or they're the only child, or they can't talk to their mom. But these young girls and these young men need somebody to talk to.
Absolutely.
To talk to. And when she came to me, I was like, and then I was like, you know what? Let me get finding some quotes, some, you know what I'm saying? So it was, that's
awesome.
what it came about.
I love that.
So
I love that, God been doing these for a nice amount of years now with, the hashtag divine connections. So I love that someone you already knew, reached out to you. That says a lot about your character, because she's been writing books. She could have chose anybody.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So that says a lot about you. So that's very, very cool. And you're absolutely right. We have to be lifting up our young ones for sure. Whew. Yes.
Because some of these young ladies is rough.
Oh yeah.
But you got to get under the layer.
Oh yeah. There's layers under all of
us.
There's layers under all of us.
Yes.
That's for sure. And a lot of times, what'll happen is God will put you in a position where you encounter one of them and you'll see yourself in them, and they'll catch on to that spirit and understand. Okay, I feel safe with her. I feel safe with her. So go ahead, girl. That's awesome. So shout out to Yolanda for for the book. Tell us the name and where we can get it.
It's Girl.
Pick up the chat.
It's Girl Pep Talk, and you can get it from me. You can email me at mizzjamo2@gmail.com if you want a copy.
All right, let's get the copies, y'all.
And I'll send it out to you. And that's about it.
And sign.
Yes, I'll sign.
I threw that in there. I don't know if she signed on you. I'll just be doing yeah, she gonna sign. She gonna sign. So yeah, definitely reach out to her. In reference to the book. I think that's awesome. Shout out to all the ladies, who put this book together. We have to keep putting ourselves out there to encourage one another.
Yes.
We need love, y'all.
Yes.
We need love. So love is an action word. Writing books, getting yourself out there to tell your story, like being bold enough to come on platforms like this, that is called love.
Yes.
As far as I'm concerned. So thank you for your love,
You're
Miss
welcome.
Ayanna Deans. So now, one of the things I know nothing about, but I've been seeing, there's a certain model, I can't remember her name right now. But she has, what is it? Yes.
Winnie Halo.
Yes. She's beautiful. Well, you're beautiful. But when I saw her, I said, wow, this is somebody is on for something. So I saw your name as, vitiligo girl. I said, look at Yana, man. I'm like, she's doing her. I'm like, I gotta get her up here to find out what this is about. So, if you don't mind sharing, tell us how that was growing up with vitiligo and where you are with that today.
Growing up, it was hard because you being teased. And so my mom, what she did was she went and found a cover-up makeup.
Okay.
So they had to mix two colors together to match my skin. So it was basically.
How old were you though?
When I first started, I was like, I think I was about 9 or 10.
Okay.
It used to come on my face only in the summer, but then it would go away. Then it was coming on my legs. As I got older, like maybe preteen and stuff like that, she got the makeup, so I was covering up my legs and sometimes my hand. Sometimes if it was on my face, I'll put some on there. And then when she passed on, I couldn't find the makeup because she used to always get it. So I went to find the cover up, but then it was too orange.
It wasn't matching.
Gotcha. So I said, you know what? It's not that much, so I'm not gonna wear it no more. So then, as I got, it was about when I moved to Florida in 2004. That's when they started really coming out.
Okay.
Like they started coming out on my legs, my arms, my face, my hand, but they would go back.
It's like sporadic. Sporadic. Okay,
yes.
Got you.
So I was like a little depressed behind like why is this happening to me? You know what I'm saying? I used to cry a lot,
So it made you subconscious.
Yes. I really thought I was the only person out there with this. Because I really didn't, you really didn't see people.
Right. Oh, I didn't even think about that part.
Right. You didn't see people with it. So, because I guess they was covering up. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, then I was like, people was like, I used to wear long sleeves when it was hot.
Yeah.
Long pants. I went long dresses and stuff. I went in. They wasn't on my hands yet. When it started coming on my hands is when I went to the nail salon and got the gel. Because the UV lights. I'm not thinking the UV lights.
It magnified.
It made it come out. So once it started coming on my hands, I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? And I would cry behind, people always see me smile and everything, but behind closed doors, I was depressed.
Subconscious, yeah. You're thinking like everybody's looking at you.
Yeah, like everybody's looking at me. And one day I was in Herb's meat market, and this lady said to me, she was like, my friend has that. She prayed that off for her.
Oh.
I said, oh, okay.
All right.
But how you just come up to somebody and...
People different out here. I'm laughing, but it's different out here. People just say whatever comes to mind. You like, okay.
And then I didn't mind children because children don't know no.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They used to be like, what happened? Did you get burned? And everything. I said, no, I have a skin condition. But tell your mommy to make sure you wear your sunscreen.
Right.
But I was at a party one year, and this guy said to me, why you don't cover that up? I cussed him to the rooter, to the tutor.
Just don't see.
Then I'm like, I'm already depressed behind this, and then
here you come
saying this to me. I cried. Then something came over me, and I said, "You gotta stop crying. What you crying for? God made you like this for a reason." I said, "What you crying for? Stop all that crying." I talk to myself a lot.
Right. You talking to God, child.
I was like, "What you crying for? You gotta just accept it. Just accept it and move on. Whoever don't like it, that's their business."
That's it. That's the one.
So I started wearing my arms out. I started wearing my legs out and everything. And here I am.
Yes. So now, what is? Because you said they will come out. So what exactly is it?
It's vitiligo. It means that the melanin in your body dies.
Okay.
Or just stop working. So it could be in your mouth, it could be in your hair. Cause see, right on the side, it looks like I got bald spots, but that's my vitiligo.
Because it's lighter.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
It comes. I want to say I'm probably like maybe 60%, maybe covered, because my stomach is covered.
Okay.
Everything is like I'm just spotted, like just spotted.
Right. So now I'm trying to understand. You said if the melanin in that particular space dies, so that means the melanin can come back also.
Yes, because see this part was all white, and I believe when I'm stressed.
Because that's what I was gonna ask next. Okay.
Yes, when I'm stressed. I'd be like, that wasn't there the other day. But so now, since I've been in therapy, I don't get as stressed anymore. This whole arm was open also. Up here, it was open. And I was like, you know what?
So it was like hit or miss.
Yes.
So
I can't be in the sun for too long.
Right. Well, we shouldn't be in the sun for too long.
Right.
Say that.
Because the white parts get burnt quicker than the darker parts.
Right.
And that could be a problem.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So people are like, you don't go to the beach? No, I don't go to the beach. If I do go to the beach, I gotta have a great big umbrella.
Yeah.
And I'm not going in nobody water anyway.
Yeah.
Do you go to the pool? I haven't been to the pool. Well, when I went on vacation last year, I went in the pool.
Right.
I really don't go in the pool. But I said, you know what? I'm going to start going in the pool because I need that exercise.
I know that's. Come on in here. Listen, that's right. Let's get your so-called bad so good.
Yes.
I love that.
Yes.
So now, you have vitiligo. You know, this, and let me just go back a little bit. The lady said to you, my friend prayed it off and it went away. I almost feel like she didn't have to say it that way. You know what I'm saying? We got to watch our tone with how we say things. But, you know, it probably was a thing where her friend really got to a place where she understood what you understood. In reference to the stress and stuff like that, where she said, I'm going to buy this thing, where I'm going to figure out how to keep myself stress-free, you know, or whatever. So that may be what the friend went through.
Right.
My friend ran up and that'd be good.
Right.
Be obnoxious. You know?
I went to the dermatologist and she was like, because you could go into a box, a UV box.
Okay.
And I said to her, I said, what I'm going in there for? She said, because it may work and it may not. I said, I'm not going in there. I said, because I got all this over me. I said, I'm not getting in the back. I said, it is what it is. And she was like, well, we'll see if a patch a word. I said, I'm not getting in no box. I said, because I don't know. I could get cancer.
Yeah, how about the radiation? Come on. I need to Google something. I need to tell somebody who got the details of what happens.
I'm fine. I said, I'm fine. I said, whoever don't like it, that's their business, not mine.
I might come out and can't have no more kids. I promise y'all. They're going to fry my eggs. She said, you ain't even giving me no information as to how it's going to really benefit me.
She was like, I just want to put you in this box. I said, I ain't going in
You ain't
there.
gonna treat me like a little, what you call, a little
Yeah,
rat
because
and
like
pour down.
maybe 10 years ago, I used to get B12 shots. I used to take folic acid. I used to take all this stuff. I said, you know what?
It got exhausting.
I'm tired.
Yeah.
Especially needles.
Right.
Since
right.
my dad was an IV drug
Right,
user,
right,
I'm
right.
scared of needles.
No, I hear that.
I don't want to be
hear that.
getting stuck.
Yeah. No, I get that part, chat. Good God. I know that got old real fast.
Uh-huh.
Right. That's so dope, though. She's
Yep.
like, no, this is who I am. I love that. So now, vitiligo girl. I love that. You need to write a book called Vitiligo girl. I said it. I need my royalties. Hello. Okay. I said the word. I love that. I love that. So now you're finding yourself understanding this is who I am. You know, I gotta just love me, and whoever deals with it, cool. Whoever don't, you know, be straight.
Mm-hmm.
So now, I feel like you're on a journey to find yourself. You know, what does that feel like in reference to who you are today?
Well, I had to start at getting therapy because I said I have to get therapy because it's a lot that went on in my life that I had to deal with.
You never got help.
Right. You know, and I just said one day, I said, I got to find a therapist.
Right.
And ever since I've been going to therapy, I've been such a different person.
You feel lighter?
Yes, I feel lighter because she gives me all these tools. Like when I have a stinking thinking, she be like, treat it like, you know how clouds move. Mm-hmm. You put it in a cloud and let it float on.
Come on, therapist.
You know what I'm saying?
I love that.
And cool. I was like, you're right. And I also I have a brain tap that I listen to this doctor. It's all the stuff on there. I listen to his voice is just like
calming.
Yes, calming, and it makes me fall asleep because before I had trouble sleeping. For years I didn't sleep for a long time. Like I go to sleep, it could be 15 minutes and I'm thinking I'm asleep for 2 hours or something.
Right.
And I had insomnia bad. Really, really bad. And I said, you know what? My therapist, she helps me so much. Because I was going every week. Well, we do it virtually. I was doing it every week. Now we do it every 2 weeks.
Okay.
Because I had to focus on my appearance. I had to focus on my goals to where I needed to go. With my weight, I was depressed with my weight, and I was depressed because my son was locked up. I was just depressed. Yeah. I was just, and I was just broken. Yeah. I was, when I say broken, like, how hurt people. You hurt people knowingly and unknowingly.
Right.
And I said, I have to get help.
Yeah. Love that.
I said, I had to get help. And it's really been a good thing for me. Like, no lie. I'd be like, yo, if something going on, I email my therapist and she gives me like things to do.
Like homework type.
Yes, like homework to do. Like, when I'm having a stinking thinking moment, she be like, make that into a positive.
Come on.
And that's why I try to stay positive. Like, yeah, I still have my moments and stuff like that, but because I was bad on myself. I was really bad on myself. And it was like, Ayanna, you got to do something. Yeah. You have to. It's not too late.
Come on, Ayanna. It's not too late.
You have to do something.
Help the people.
And that's what I did. I I still have some moments, but
Yeah.
it's not as bad as it
Mhm.
used to be.
It's a journey.
Yes,
It is a journey.
It's a real
It is a
journey.
But the thing you have to love about a journey is God is time.
Mhm.
If we really understand that God is time, we don't have to deal with putting a time frame of when we should have did one thing, or I'm depressed because I'm not married yet, or I'm depressed because I ain't have kids yet, or I'm depressed because I'm not a CEO yet. God is time.
Mhm.
If it's written for you, it's going to happen. So you bad girl. Kudos to you. That's awesome. That's awesome. Good for you. So now you're in therapy. Yep, so what happens, let me ask this. While you're in therapy, is it a thing where she's helping you to accept some of the layers that you have to deal with? Because sometimes we don't even know how much we've been carrying. It sometimes takes an outsider to say, you do know that you were behaving like this because of this.
Mhm.
Well, we had made it normal in our mind,
Right.
but it's really not normal.
Right.
I love what Letitia Fowler said. She said, we all got some form of PTSD.
Yeah.
I say, yo, that's a bar.
Yes.
Like,
Most
for a lot of stuff
definitely.
we kind of normalized, it's not normal.
Because I had to start from the beginning.
Right.
I had to start from when my parents died, how they died. I had to start from everything. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, and sometimes you don't know that, because they ask you so many questions and you be like, huh?
You're like, what's that to do with anything?
Right. But some of it makes sense.
Yes, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And when she started saying, write this down. And I'm like, why is she telling me to write this down? Like, that was my thinking when I first started. And then as we progressed, then I was like, oh, this is why.
Journaling is so therapeutic. Just want to throw that out.
Yes.
It
and
is.
Like,
sorry.
She was like, because I had a jar where I would put my thoughts in and stuff like that. She was like, did you do your jar yet? I said, no, I didn't do it yet. I was like, that jar is sitting right there.
Yes,
I said, I'm going to start. I said, because when you think about something, it's just like the cloud. You put it in a jar and just leave it alone.
That's it.
And then after it get a certain amount, you dump it out, and then you start all over.
Love it.
And she was like, journal your feelings.
Yeah.
Because when you journal your feelings, it's a
release.
Right.
It's a release.
It uplifts things off of you that you didn't realize that was still there.
Brewing. Yeah.
And I said,
come on, therapist. We love her.
Yes. I was like, I'll be waiting, like, now I'll be like, oh, Dad, I can't wait 2 weeks now. And she's black. She's a black girl. And she's younger. And so, when a younger person, like, I didn't have her thinking like, I ain't gonna listen to her. She younger than me. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, Ayanna.
But I was like, I really love her.
I love this.
She really helped me out of some dark places. Like for real. She really helped me out of some dark places, and
it's working.
At least it wasn't to a point where I wanted to hurt myself.
Right.
I wanted to hurt somebody else.
I was gonna ask
No, it was never like that.
Okay.
But I was, especially like with my skin and my weight and everything. So she really.
So 2 things I love you said. You said that she's black and that she's young. For us, we have to stop being intimidated by each other. We really do have to get past that. And even what you're saying, her being younger, we have to stop being intimidated by that. That used to kind of cripple me.
Okay.
My age, because God would always deal with me, and it would be with an older person. I'm like, well, should they be telling me this? Like, God's supposed to be showing me something. But I realized you are where you are at whatever age.
Mm-hmm.
Your maturity may not have grown as fast as others.
Right.
So God may have me be able to encourage somebody who's 60 years old,
Mm-hmm.
and it not be a thing where she's intimidated by me, where she just respects it.
Right.
Like, no one's ever told me it that way. I know it's God speaking to you. Thank you for being obedient.
Mm-hmm.
I know you're 40, but I needed to hear that even though I'm
Right.
60 years
Mm-hmm.
old. So we have to be in a place where, when God starts to bless us with help, be able to accept it in the way that He gives it to us.
Yes.
So He brought you the person that was going to reach you, even though she's younger and she's of the same race.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, girl.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, because I was adamant about finding somebody that was like us.
Right.
Because
the relatability.
Right. Because some other nationalities, they can't understand the things that we go through. And so I was like, I have to find somebody.
Right.
And then when they was like, but sometimes you got to go through this therapist, that therapist, and another therapist. I said,
I'm good.
Well, this
like,
the
maybe
one
you
for
did.
Me. Right. This the one for me.
Yeah, I love that. And that's the thing. Thank you for saying that as well. Listen, it's cool, to take advice from people, but you have to deal with situations how it works for you.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong with that. We have friends that we talk to about our little issues or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
What work for them may not work for you.
Right.
So, if it's working for you, make that thing work.
Mm-hmm.
You might have her for the duration.
Yeah.
Until you start helping other people. Because
Mm-hmm.
I see it. I'm just telling you what I see. I see you helping other people to be free. Because people need to understand nobody's perfect. You're not the only one going through what you're going through. Because that's what we sometimes feel. We feel like we're the only one. You're not the only one dealing with vitiligo or accepting vitiligo. So now you can talk about us, the vitiligo girl. You know what I'm saying? So, everything we go through in life is a part of our testimony.
Yes.
And our testimony is not just for us.
Mm-hmm.
It's to help free someone else. So thank you so much, for being transparent, and sharing that. I am team therapy. I am absolutely team therapy.
Yes.
I feel like we as a people, we need to start grasping this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Get the help that you need. You need to heal.
Yes.
People do not have to deal with your nasty. Okay?
Yes.
You nasty, I do not have to deal with you. This is not Love and Hip Hop. Okay?
Yes.
We are not getting a check for me to deal with you being mean to me.
Mm-hmm.
So heal.
Yeah, because at one point, if somebody said something to me, I was
like
ready
this.
to
Mm-hmm.
what you saying to me?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want to fight because when my hair stand up on
Mm-hmm.
my head, I was like, yo, I gotta get help.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because now I can see things that people say to you. Why hurt you?
Right.
Why? Because only the truth hurts. You know what I'm saying? The truth only hurts. So when the truth hurts, we get mad.
Weigh that thing.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if you know it's the truth, why get mad?
Yeah.
Now I don't get mad. I'll be like, yeah, okay. I know. I need to work on this. I need to work on that. But I know.
Yeah. And it also depends on how it's delivered to you.
Yes.
We gotta be real. The energy does make a difference.
Yes.
People know, just like what the lady said, my friend president, that wasn't in love.
Right.
She could have said, "How you doing? I know you don't know me, but I had a friend, who had this going on, and she prayed and it got better.
Right.
Stay encouraged." That would have been a different energy. You was looking at her like,
yeah, I was like,
"Hey, you go ahead and buy your burgers, buy your meat, and go ahead."
Okay.
You number 42, number 43. Please get your food. You know what I'm saying? But if she came to you like with the loving energy, with the loving spirit, you probably would have been like, "Okay, well maybe I will." Talk to God a little bit about. I've accepted it, but maybe I will bring it up to God again because we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we gotta be mindful of our words and how we say things.
We do.
Amen. Amen. So
and I'm still working on being mindful of my words because sometimes I can get a little
abrasive.
Yes. And like I be feeling like if I hurt you, I apologize. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not intentional.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't never want nobody to be hurt by me. You know what I'm saying? Never.
Yeah.
Never.
Love that. That's awareness. That's awareness, y'all. Some people just don't have it. So we want to grow. That's the word, God. We want to grow. We need to grow. And to do that, we have to be aware. You cannot get help with something if you're not aware of it.
Right.
Like, if everybody around you acting a fool, you think that's normal. Until you get around some people who are like this. Like, clutch my pearls.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then you like, well, what's wrong with y'all? But you like, no, you're not okay.
Right.
Your environment is not okay. Somebody got to be the change. You know what I'm saying? So,
Mm-hmm.
the awareness, being able to, have first of all, you had a desire to be aware and to learn how to be different. So that's what makes you a hero. That's what makes you a winner.
And I want people to come to me. If you feel like I hurt your feeling, I want you to come to me and say, look, sis, the way you said it or what you said, I didn't like it. It hurt my feelings. And then I could say, I apologize.
Yeah.
Because my therapist said, don't never say sorry because you're not a sorry person.
Oh,
She said, you always apologize because that's more genuine anyway. And that's if I ever offended you, if anything that I ever did to you, you could come to me and say, sis,
this is what happened.
This is what happened. Can we talk? And I ain't gonna say, well, because your feelings is your feelings.
Right.
And
come on in here, Ayanna.
You can't say,
it's coming, y'all.
Well, I ain't hurt your feeling, but. And she said, never say, if I hurt your feelings, say, I apologize for hurting your feelings.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That gives you accountability.
Yes.
And I think, even with, I love what you just said, because words matter. How you use words absolutely do matter. So you saying that if changes everything. Because I apologize, and you acknowledging a person, you acknowledging what you did, and it's showing that you're trying to understand and you're aware. Yes. So that makes a whole difference. Yeah, that really does make a whole difference. Because you'll see sometimes people be saying that wasn't even an apology. You know what I'm saying? Right. Because sometimes people say, well, if I did, I'm letting you know you did. Right. So let's start from there. I'm letting you actually know that you did. And like you said, sometimes it's unknowingly. We're human beings. We have to give ourselves grace. We're humans. So we may say, we might have had a moment. Or maybe we had cramps, child. Things hurt. So now you got an attitude, and you encounter somebody who just snapped at them. You don't remember, but they remember. Remember how it made them feel. Yes. So if they come to you and say, listen, I don't know what's going on, but you hurt my feelings. You said this to me. And you like, I did? Oh, you know what? I did. And I walked away, right? I apologize. There you have it. A lot of these conversations that should be had can heal a lot of people. Yes. But we're not having them. So kudos to you. Good for you, man. Good for you. So now in therapy, do you go to church?
I used to go to church, but I haven't since the pandemic. I haven't been to church since the pandemic. I will watch it on live and stuff like that, but I haven't been actually inside the church. Because actually, I was looking for another church to go to because I was like, I need to be in the building. Yeah. Like
it is different.
Yeah, it's different. Totally different.
It is.
Because when you hear that preaching and you feel it in your soul.
Yeah, when the spirit moves.
Yes.
It's different from virtual. I mean, I used to be yelling at the screen with virtual, but it just wasn't the same. I'm like, oh my God, I've been abused like this. I was like, I've been such and such, my crazy partner. Yeah. It is different. We're grateful for virtual church, but I definitely understand. Well, I'll be praying for you with that, finding a church that having a covering is definitely important, especially when you're on a journey to heal. Yeah. You want to be in place, and in position where maybe God moves with somebody prophetically to help you along the way of your journey. So and I'll definitely praying, praying for you with that. So Ayanna Deans, what is next for you?
Well, it's this weight loss journey.
Oh, yeah, tap into that.
Yes.
How did I miss that? Let's go there.
Okay. This is the third time that I went through it.
Okay. Tell them what that is. I'm sorry.
Well, I got the bariatric sleeve weight loss surgery, and
Explain to them what that is.
that's when they take 60-70% of your stomach, so you don't eat as much as you used to. Like I can only, they say I'm supposed to eat like 4 ounces, but I can't even eat 4 ounces.
Wow.
And also,
wait, you can't eat 4 ounces?
mm-mm.
So what does that mean? Like, so you're gonna lose weight faster?
Like the
Does that mean
food,
that?
like food just,
It's not the same.
like, because I have to have protein.
Okay.
When I first started the journey, I started in 2016. I didn't go through it because I got scared.
Okay.
The second journey, I went through the whole process, and then I said, mm-mm.
Now, when you saying journey, when you saying process, what is that?
You gotta go for weigh-ins.
Mm-hmm.
You have to.
Is that like once a week or what is that?
No, every month.
Every month.
You have to go for weigh-ins. You have to.
And this is with who? A nutritionist? Who's involved?
You gotta go to a nutritionist. You gotta go to the surgeon. You gotta go to the psych. You gotta go to pulmonary. If you haven't, whatever doctor you gotta go to, cardiologist.
So everybody has to be on the board to approve you to do this. Okay, so now that all makes sense. Okay.
So the second time in 2018, I started having dreams like I wasn't gonna wake up. So I went through the process.
You're a dreamer?
And I was like,
but are you a dreamer?
I dream sometimes, but for some reason, I was dreaming like I wasn't gonna wake up from the surgery, so I stopped it.
Right.
So let me go back to why I started gaining the weight.
Okay.
2015, I went down to 178. That weight was great.
Mm-hmm.
But in 2015, my menstruation
You made
stopped.
on your own?
Yes.
You went down on your own.
Mm-hmm.
So what was that situation?
I was exercising. I was taking a herbal supplement, and I went down to 178.
Mm-hmm.
But then I was having problems with my menstrual, so my doctor gave me some therapy, and it had to stop. So then I started going to menopause. Okay. So then I'm like, why am I gaining this weight? Right. And first they were saying, because my thyroid was acting up. Okay. But I started taking these coconut oil pills where they couldn't detect the thyroid. Oh, wow. What made you take those pills? I went to the health food store on Grand Avenue, and they gave me the coconut pills for the thyroids and stuff like that. Oh, for the thyroids. Yes. Okay, gotcha. So, after my doctor gave me the therapy to stop, because I was bleeding like a cow. Wow. Like, they put that thing in my arm, birth control in my arm. They gave me birth control. Those wasn't working, so he gave, I had to go get. You must have been weak too, though. Yeah, I had to go for a second opinion, and he gave me this therapy, and my menstrual just withered away. So then I started going through menopause. Okay. So then I started gaining the weight. So they kept saying it was my thyroid. Then I wasn't an emotional eater, but I wasn't like, you knew something was wrong. Right. Yeah. But I wasn't like gagging food like, no, it wasn't like that. Was off. I was just emotional eater. But because I would eat snacks before I would eat food. Gotcha. You know what I'm saying? So then I started working out. I would lose a pound here. I would lose 5 pounds here. Then I gained. And I'm like, why am I? But my weight kept going up year after year. And I'm like, but see, one of the doctors only explained to me, because you don't get your menstrual no more. Okay. Because, when you have your menstrual, that takes all the toxin and stuff like that out. and my hormones changed.
Right.
So
That makes sense. So.
I was trying to lose the weight, and then it kept creeping up. I'm like, what is going on?
Something was off.
Yeah, I started taking all type. I was trying everything to lose weight.
Right.
Like wearing that
Uh-huh.
bag suit.
Oh, you did that too? She gotta look like Missy Elliott. Okay. She like, I can't
Sweating
stand
to
the
death. And I was like, what is going on? So to bring it up to speed, I said last August, I looked in the mirror and I said, B. I said the word. I said, you got to do something. So one of my cousins had gave me the number and stuff like that. So I called them. They gave me the number. No, I called in April, but they didn't have
2021?
2021, but they didn't have no appointments till August.
Okay.
I was like, well, if somebody cancel the appointment, please call me. But it didn't happen. So in August, I started my journey. I had to do 3 weigh-ins, which was up to October of 2021. I had to go to a pulmonary because I had insomnia, but he said, I got to take a sleep apnea test. And I'm like, I don't even sleep that long for me to stop breathing. So he was like, no, it doesn't work. He was like, it doesn't work like that. Right. So I had to get a sleep apnea machine. Then I had a cardiologist, but he was an old school cardiologist. He was giving me like hell, like telling me I had to get all the paperwork from the bariatric to send to them.
Nah, he probably been super full. He wasn't playing with you. He said we doing this all.
But he did a echocardiogram and he did an EKG, so they was fine. That's all they needed.
Right.
So he wouldn't do it. So I had to go to the bariatric cardiologist. I went to her in December. Now I was finished my weigh-ins and all of that. She was the only one that was holding me up because I went to psych, all of that.
Wow.
They cleared me and everything. So the cardiologist, I'm going up there calling. No, not going up there. I'm calling. They telling me she's not there. So then after a while, I got discouraged. Right. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to try to do this on my own. I tried again and I lost 10 pounds. But then it went back up. So I was at 258. So I said, you know what? Let me take my butt up there and see what's going on. Yeah. So the doctor wasn't there, but the girl at the desk, she was like, She was like, you seen her in December, and she still ain't clear you. She said, I'm talking to the doctor.
Come on in here, sis.
So that was a Thursday. That Friday, the doctor called me. She said, I'm clearing you. I was like, then the bariatric called me and told me to come in. That was in April.
It all just started flowing.
And then it just started flowing. And when I went to see the surgeon said, the first date I have is May 31st. I said, I'll take it. I'll take it.
Wow.
But I was excited.
Yeah, it was a different
and I
feeling.
was nervous. And then I was like, let me stop. Because on the 31st, when I went in, I wasn't even nervous anymore. Wow. I was just sitting there just waiting for them to. They took me into the thing to get the anesthesia, and that's all. I didn't even remember going under. Wow. And then I woke up in the the recovery room, and I'm like, where the hell am I? And then that's when I felt the pain. I was like,
she's like, I'm here.
I was like, excuse me.
I'm up now.
I need help. But then they kept me medicated and stuff. And then I went up to the room and they kept giving me medication. After 6 hours, they had to get you up for every 2 hours. I was like,
To do what?
Go walking.
Oh, walk. So you can kind of get your strength up.
I tried to walk. I walked the shortest hallway first. Then I said, I'm hurting. I can't do it no more. I went back to the room. Then I went to lay down. Here they come again. I said, Dad, it's 2 hours again.
Get you up out of here, Jack.
Then I said, Yana, you done had 2 babies with no epidural,
Let's
no
go.
nothing.
Let's go. It's go time.
Get your butt up and go walk them darn halls. I walked the longest hall.
All right.
I walked the shortest hall. Mm-hmm. Then I walked the longest. She was like, and you got to drink your water, because if you don't drink your water, you can't go home. I was like, let me get this water down. But that's how it started my journey. Yeah. And I'm so glad I did it. Because it's hard to get the liquids in and the food in, because it's a different kind of feeling when it hits your stomach. Right. Because you got to eat your protein first and then water second.
So you have to be disciplined.
Yes.
Gotcha.
But sometimes I don't, and you got to take your vitamins.
Right. Now, when you're saying, and you got to take your vitamin and protein, these things, did they give you like paperwork to say this is what we recommend, or you kind of on your own?
Yes. No, they give you everything, what you can eat. So I eat a lot of fish because it's soft, because I have to eat soft food.
Right.
But you can't have no more than 5 carbohydrates.
A setting.
Right.
Okay.
But I don't eat that much, so I be eating like beans.
Oh, so it works for you?
Yes.
Okay, good.
But I can't do dairy because I haven't drank cow milk in a long time.
Right.
So I was trying to do these shakes that they recommended, but they told my stomach, I thought I was going to be taken out of here.
Uh-oh.
And
so you got to try different things to see what actually works.
It's trial and error.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay,
but I know I like beans, and I had to call my cousin because she had it done, and she was like, I said, I think something stuck in my throat. She was like, cousin, because he either eating too fast or not chewing enough.
Gotcha.
And I was like, but they beans. I'm chewing them the best I can.
Yeah.
But I was eating too fast because I didn't know when I was hungry. I only knew when I was hungry when my stomach growled.
Got you. Oh, wow. Okay.
So, and I could go all day without eating, but they said you have
to pay attention.
Because if I don't get enough protein, I'm weak.
Right.
But I can't do eggs. She said everything will start growing,
so to speak.
like my taste buds, like cottage cheese. Oh, I cannot eat that mess.
You like cottage cheese?
No, I can't taste the
texture.
I was like, oh my god. I tried a banana Greek yogurt today. It has no sugar, because sugar, I can only have like maybe 1 or 2 grams of sugar.
Okay.
Or if you have more, your body starts craving for sugar.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I don't want I don't want no sugar.
You. Come on, Ayanna.
I don't want no
She's
sugar.
like, we working this thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
You see, I got my protein water.
Right.
That's 15 grams because I got to get 60 grams of protein in.
Right.
So today I got 49 point something in today.
So, I mean, what I love is this. First of all, it keeps you disciplined. And if you really doing it, it's something that you can just carry on with this.
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
Because I can't start working out until
you gotta get the strength up.
Next week.
Okay. Awesome. Go ahead.
Yeah.
So you know all you're gonna be doing with the working out too. You got a workout plan.
Yeah, because she said you got to tone. Yeah. Because I walk now. Because she said it's nothing now. Walk.
Good.
And I'll be walking now, but it's just the toning. She said you got to tone because she said after 4 weeks, then you can start working out and stuff like that. So I'm ready for it.
Let's go. Let's go, Team A.
Because I'm down to 228.
All right. And you came from 258.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And when did you do this?
I did this May 31st. But the 258 is from the start.
Gotcha.
From the start of the process.
From the original. Okay.
Because when I did started the process, I was 258.
Mm-hmm.
Then when I went back after the doctor cleared me, I was 251.
Okay.
And then I had to do 2 weeks of shakes, protein. So then I went down to 239.
Okay.
And then when I went to the doctor, I was 230. And then when that was last week. And when I weighed myself again, I was 228.
All right, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. I love that. So it's so crazy that I'm about to close out, but I'll ask you a question. So you put on Facebook, that's I told that's why I grabbed it. I said, let me get Ayanna now.
Mm-hmm.
You put on Facebook, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything. You're kind of giving people a heads up. What made you do that?
I did that because if I said if I can reach one person, then I did a service to somebody. Because a lot of people hide that they had surgery, and a lot of people think this is an easy way out.
When I tell you she educated me, because I'm like, girl, wait, what? You guys what? What? It's a real production. It's a real situation.
This is not easy at.
Yeah, kudos to y'all that did this, because I'm rooting for you.
Getting the protein in, and you got to either eat or drink, because you can't do both at the same time, or you're going to mess your stomach up.
Wow. You
got to wait 30 minutes in between. So I was like, I have to get that out there, because I don't want, if somebody see me, I don't want nobody to be like, oh, let me tell you what I did.
Right.
And I ain't ashamed that I did it.
Right.
And I'm glad that I did do
it.
And I wanted people to, if they had something negative to say, because a lot of people said, oh, that's the easy way out. No, go do it.
It's your way.
And then you see.
Yeah.
It ain't easy.
It ain't that easy. That's what I'm telling you.
Because when your stomach
educated me, honey.
Girl.
Wow.
I puked for the first time, and I'm not a puker.
Right.
When you don't have nothing in your stomach, I was like, oh, I ain't doing that again.
Yeah, she's like, I ain't with it.
I was like, oh my God. I was like, please don't come.
Yeah.
Please. But it's not like a full puke. It's
but
just
still, puking is puking.
Yeah.
Who want to be doing that? Now, I get that part.
But I say if you're obese, because we have to take the stigma out of obesity. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people think because you're big, you eat a lot.
No, I know that's true.
But it's not the truth.
It's not the truth. I think I saw somebody, a friend of mine put, why am I seeing so many vegan people overweight? I'm like, what does that even mean? What?
Right.
What does that even mean? Because they eat veggies? Like, what are you trying to say? Like, I was like,
yeah.
So thank you for saying that.
Yeah. We have to take the stigma out of it, because just because
you don't know what's going on with their body.
Right.
Yeah.
Some people are really going through it with their bodies, and they don't know what's going on.
It's responding in a certain way.
And then sometimes they do eat because they're depressed. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Once you get help for it, because my therapist helped me with that.
Right.
And she was like, look, stop saying if you're gonna do it, you're gonna either do it or you're not.
Yeah, that's it. Come on.
Because I was trying everything. Mm-hmm. She was like, stop saying it. Because I was like,
gotta change your words. Gotta change your words.
I'm not going to do it. She was like, you're not going to do it. I said, they taking too long. I was like, and then I was like, you know what? It's God timing.
That's it.
And then when she, I was like, guess what? I got a date. I got a date. She was like, I'm so happy for you.
I love that.
So
now, the reason why I reached out to you with the Facebook page, because I had reached out to you in reference to what you said. What stuck out to me was you addressing people about, keeping what you have to say to yourself and stuff like that. Do you think it's a part of your growth with the therapy and stuff where you feel like sooner or later you're just not even gonna care what people have to say?
I don't care what nobody says now. But it was just the point that, because sometimes people don't think when they speak.
Right.
Because, like, somebody had said to me, "You got big." And I'm like, you never know what a person is going through mentally when you say stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm already beating myself up because I gained so much weight. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, well, dang.
You said hurt people hurt people.
Yes. I was like,
you can't think that's okay to say to somebody. You can't possibly
So
think
I'd rather, if you got something negative to say it to whoever you're talking to.
Right.
But if you come to me, that old Yana coming out and it's gonna be a problem.
You may not get the therapist.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't want that old me to revert back to that old me. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I want to keep it positive. I want to be my new self. I want my new journey to be with all positivity. I know it's not gonna be all positivity, but
do you block people on social media?
Do I block them? No. I don't. I don't even pay it.
No, but this is part of why. So let me be clear. This is part of why I reached out to you, because my thing is this: you are on a journey for self-love, for self-care. It is about you right now. Mm-hmm. It is about you, your mental well-being, your physical, all these things. This is what you desire for yourself in this time. So when you address the people of, you have something to say A, B, and C, it made me feel some type of way, because I'm like, Yana, right now you got time to care. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I was. Mm-hmm. So that's why I was asking the question, because, and for me, I'll just say this for me. When I'm doing something that I know people gonna have something to say, I just do it. Mm-hmm. You don't even exist to me. Because when I know God told me what I'm doing, I don't care. Mm-hmm. Period. I don't even have time to care. Because if you open up the door to care, then it almost like opens up the door for the enemy to be like, let's go get it. Let's. Do you understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So the new Ayanna don't even have time to address what you're doing. I have time to reach out to reach the person that understands. You know what? I've been battling with wanting to get the surgery. Now Ayanna seems like she's in such a good place. I'm inspired. I'm encouraged. I'm gonna make that phone call. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Or you know what? Ayanna looking like she has this new strength. She's glowing. Like, I don't know what's going on with her. Or she in therapy. You know what? I need to do something different. God is tugging on me. Thank you, Yana. And they just do what they gotta do. Yeah. Them other folks, they don't matter.
Yeah, you're right.
They don't matter.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But it's also part of your growing. Mm-hmm. It's also part of you learning. Mm-hmm. We have to learn these things. Yes. I didn't just get here. Trust me. I went to some stuff where words would hurt me. Words would cripple me.
Yes.
I've been a singer all my life. I would not want to sing because words would cripple me.
Yes.
And I had to be like, girl, God gave you this gift. Mm-hmm. You were on a hit with that voice. It probably what nobody else had to say. But it took time. Mm-hmm. I'm moving for you. Let's go, Yana.
Yes, thank you.
Let's go. We team A right now. We team A right now. But I'm so godly proud of you. I'm so excited
so
for
much.
You.
I really appreciate it.
I see so much. I asked you what you were dreaming because God deals with me in my dreams.
No, I just started dreaming like I wasn't gonna wake up. I think that was the devil on my back.
Fear.
Because like didn't want me to escalate to be, because this is for my health.
Testimony, yeah.
This is for my, because when they say, oh, you pre-diabetic, I said, pre-diabetic what?
She's like, we ain't doing that.
I said, oh no, I ain't taking nobody's pills.
Yeah. Come on.
They was like, oh, you're gonna have to take Synthol. I said, I ain't taking that. Mm-hmm. I ain't taking it. I ain't taking none of them drugs.
Right.
I said, I got enough problems.
So you know I'm trying to get my life together. You ain't giving me no pills. Listen, he comes to us in such ways that we don't even know it's him sometimes. God is just, listen, you always hear me say this guy. He's so amazing.
Yes, he is.
So it just happens suddenly sometimes. Just what you say, talking about the pills, you like, oh, wait, what? Oh, nah, the devil is a lie. Let me get my life together. Let me call this lady. You know what I'm saying? That was the thing that said, let's go. And that's the thing that's going to have people be inspired and people be encouraged in whatever way they do it. You know what I mean? You know, some people may not say, all right, I feel encouraged just by her tapping into wanting to get healthier. I mean, I want to do that surgery.
Right.
But I know that I've done it before where I lost a lot of weight and then something happened to me and now I was back. So if I get back into that same mindset I was before, I can do this.
Yes.
Because they heard you share your story. So thank you so much. Well, thank you for entrusting me. You know, for you to come up here.
I appreciate you inviting me.
Yeah.
Cause you know I don't really talk.
Yeah.
I talk to like my family, my friends and stuff like that. But other than like, that's why I said I have to.
God is moving.
Right, because like
take you out your comfort zone.
People would say stuff to me, I would go back in my shell.
Yeah.
And I said I can't do that no more. I said I got things to do.
2022, honey, she on assignment.
Yes.
She knew the assignment.
I said I got things to do.
I love this. Come on, Ayanna. I'm excited for you. Listen, anything you want to share with the people, you know, a quote, something God just wants you to say, you know, before we leave.
I want to just say to people out there, if you going through things like weight, whatever you're going through, you got to seek God to help you get that answer that you need. Because sometimes we know the answer, but we need that confirmation from God. And when I decided to do the weight loss surgery, I had to get clarification from God, because us as people, we need to learn to eat healthier. And when you have a child, do not make them eat everything on their plate if they don't want it, because that's where it starts sometimes. Because when we was younger, you know, your parents always say, you better eat all that stuff on you.
Yep.
But do not make your children eat their food if they don't want it, because that could start obesity, that could start all types of problems. I'm just saying, just be you, love on the people that's around you. Just be happy. That's all I want to say, is just be happy, because when you're in a dark place, and also if you need therapy, try it. If it don't work, it don't work. But you have to try something that's going to help you heal. And that's all I have to say.
That was everything, honey. That was everything from Miss Ayanna Deans. I'm loving this. Listen, like I said, I'm so proud of you. I'm
Thank you.
Thankful. I don't take it lightly that you said yes to me, because I've known you a long time. I know you don't do this. So listen, it was God dealing with me too. He's like, listen, if somebody lay somebody on your heart, reach out to them, do that. You know. So I know there's gonna be more coming from you. Yeah. Like, I feel that in my heart. I feel that in my spirit. Like I said, I see visions. So I see things. We'll talk after. But stay encouraged. You're a winner.
Thank you.
You're an overcomer. You are redeemed. You are restoring, and it is absolutely inspiring. So thank you so much for being transparent.
Thank you.
You know, thank you for being unapologetically you. I know there's greater to come. So stay excited in everything that you're doing.
I am excited.
Listen, your excitement can become contagious to those around you. You don't know who sees you. Right. That's what I'm going to say. You do not know who sees you. So continue, you know, to be yourself. Make sure you guys email her for the book. How much is the book?
The book is $20.
The book is $20, and the email is
MIZZJAMO2@gmail.com.
gmail.com. Hit her up on the email. Send her some love, y'all. Make sure y'all hit her up. I think your page is private, but listen, she can still see the messages. I think, is it? Well, I'm already following you.
See, I just go up there, put my quotes up and everything. I don't even be paying attention.
I know, I definitely follow you.
I'm going to check it out because
Yeah.
it don't need to be private.
I love that. Look at that. We already changing things. She's like, I'm an open book, honey. She's like, come through. But yeah, show her some love. Listen, I learned a lot. This thing is not easy. This is not easy.
It's not.
Your kind words, send a heart, whatever it is. Just say, I saw you tonight and I'm encouraged and I'm rooting for you. Encourage her. Encourage her. We got to stop talking about each other and encourage her. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
So, once again, thank you so much. Thank you to everybody who came on tonight to support her or support me.
Thank you.
Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, How Michael Lady She Podcast. Share this live with someone that you love. Share this live with somebody that has come on your heart that may be battling with, emotionally, spiritually, whatever it is. We tapped into so many different things on tonight. Maybe somebody who's lost their parent, maybe somebody who's lost their father. We know Father's Day is coming up. Mm-hmm. Big shout out to our dads. Life is happening to everybody. So you care about a certain person. If a certain person came to mind when you heard something that Ayanna said, send this to them. Subscribe. It's free. And everybody have a good night. Stay positive, everybody.
Good night.
Later.